guys take any questions for Coach?
What was it like being outside? Because you guys haven't been able to get outside much.
It feels like spring break. You know, it's nice to get outside. You know, it's good for us to get out and practice in the wind a little bit, be in the stadium. It's a nice change of pace. But unfortunately, we've been indoors. But the last couple Thursdays, actually, we've been able to get outside. And hopefully, that'll continue with the weather change.
How's the defense in general progressed this week?
Slowly, you know, but we're still making progress. Today, just a lack of attention to certain details got us in trouble a couple times, and that's some things that we're trying to work with the guys to understand that we've got to detail our work. You know, and when we get out there, we say, hey, step this way, step that way, put your hands here, don't put them there. Those little details will help us get a lot better, and we're still learning that part of the process right now.
What was your take on the scrimmage last Saturday?
Goods and bads. You know, it was kind of like the first day of pads. The first day we put on pads, we weren't very good because everybody was so excited to put on pads. And first day we scrimmaged, it wasn't really what we wanted. It was probably what I expected, though. Anytime you scrimmage, especially ones, there's going to be some good, there's going to be some bad, there's going to be winners, there's going to be losers. And you know, the thing that I was really looking for in that scrimmage was our tackling ability and how well we tackled. And there were goods and bads with that. You know, anytime it's the first time you get a chance to go out and tackle. You know, we saw some guys that put their face on ball carriers, and we saw some guys that can come to balance and make plays in the open field. And we saw some guys that have a long way to go in those two departments.
Rohan Gaines grayed out overall? Because I know he had the interception, a couple of plays. How was he in general?
Rohan's been really good every day we've gone out there. You know, I really am a big fan of Rohan. He comes to work every day with a smile on his face and is ready to be coached. And he's really putting a lot of overtime in to study the game of football. And when he comes out there, he's on top of his game. He's got good football IQ. He flies around, plays with a motor, and I really like him. He's a tough kid. And last Saturday's scrimmage, he made a lot of plays. And every day we go out there, he's always around the ball.
Smith and Flowers showing your defensive end. How do you like those guys?
I like them a lot. You know, both of those guys played last year quite a bit. They were very productive, and I'm hoping they're going to be very productive players for us this year. They have to be for us to be able to get the type of pass rush that we're going to need in this league. And they have worked hard with their pass rush techniques, and it's fun to watch when we get into third down situations. We give them a chance to cut it loose and get after the quarterback. It's been fun to watch.
You guys wanted to put a little weight on Byron Jones and those D tackles, and how's that progress?
Been good. Been good. You know, for us to stop the run in this league, it's a big boy league, you know, and you've got to have some size to be able to play right down the middle of your defense, both at the two inside tackle positions, your Mike linebacker. I wish we had some more size at safety, but we don't. You know, we've got what we've got, and we want those guys to beef up a little bit, and they've done that, and it's been good weight with Coach Herbs in the weight room, and you can see it paying off. I mean, they're holding the point in there, and we're going to need that against the offensive line and teams in this league.
Marcus Hodge is up to 340.
Obviously, I think he was listed at like 301 last year. How's he carrying that weight? And he looks like he's also kind of maybe your third defensive tackle right now.
He's been doing a great job. You know, being a 1 or 2 or 3, and none of that's been set yet. He's in there battling with those guys every day. He's done a great job against the run. And the exercise, he's been a load in there. It's been hard for those centers and guards to push him around, and that's been fun for our linebackers because it creates clean pictures for them to know where to fit. Now, at that size, is he going to be a dominant pass rusher? Probably not, you know, but he's going to have a role in certain situations, and he's done an outstanding job. He's carried that weight well. Don't want to get much bigger, but he's done a nice job with the weight that he's got.
How big a setback is it for Turner to have a broken hand, not be able to practice?
Oh, a big one, a really big one. This is a big spring for him. Just with a new coach, a new coaching staff, new terminology, and to miss the time that he's missed, it's going to hurt him.
So how does he think he make that up over the summer?
Oh, I hope so. We hope so. Hopefully we can get him back out there and get some more reps. But it's got to be a big mental spring for him right now. He's got to really learn and apply. You know, he's going to get through walkthroughs, but what he learns in the meeting rooms, he's got to go out and apply them in walkthroughs and get those mental reps. He's got to do a great job with concentration when other guys are out there and he's not, and being tuned to the calls and what's going on and what's being coached. But anytime a guy, you know, like him needed a big spring and he can't get it, it hurts.
With the size and safety you're talking about, what is about Coleman? Because you know you tried to recruit him in Wisconsin, and here just that lets him offset that.
Well, TQ is very physical. He's probably pound for pound one of the biggest hitters we've got out there. I mean, he can bring it. And that's something that we saw on film with him from his junior college, and we haven't been disappointed from that. And do I wish he was 6'1", 6'2"? Absolutely, you know. And we all want bigger guys, but hey, you know what he brings to the table with his size is pretty impressive.
How do the corners do in the scrimmage, and how they look throughout the spring?
Yeah, they're getting better. They've got a long way to go. They keep working hard. Again, it's just understanding the details of their fundamentals. Whether they're playing off, playing press, playing cover two. The footwork, the alignments, their eyes, little things like that can either help them or get them in trouble. Coach Johnson is on them nonstop to make sure they're paying attention to the details, and they are getting better, but they have a long way to go. I'm not going to lie to you.
A couple more guys.
Who are some of the guys that are also pushing for playing time in the cornerback? We know about Ray Buchanan and Kelvin Fisher Jr., some of those guys.
Well, right now they're all open. Tevin Mitchell, Will Hines, Carroll Washington, they've been taking the majority of the reps with the ones. Ray Buchanan has been in there getting reps. Baggett's been getting some reps. I mean, we've been had a lot of guys out there working. Jared Collins has been getting reps both at corner and at nickel. To be honest with you, at the corner position, we're far from settled on who would be our starting corners or who the number ones would be. We got guys taking the reps, but there's competition there, and the competition brings out the best of everybody, and they're competing. And right now there's no position set at the corner spot.
So when you go to a nickel package, you'll likely use a cornerback as a nickel?
Yeah, most likely, based on the things we like to do. But, again, if we have a corner that can do the things we need them to do.
What's your philosophy on the blitz, just in general? How do you like to use it in your packages?
Well, you've got run blitzes, you've got pass blitzes, and we're going to use run blitzes to have some change-ups with our front against the run. We've got to fit the zone pressures the right way, and we're going to have blitzes for the pass game too. And ideally, you'd love to have 4 defensive linemen that could get after the quarterback, and you never have to blitz, and you can sit back and play coverage. But we will use blitzes when we need to in run and pass situations.
What about the scrimmage Saturdays? What are you looking for?
Well, just improvement from the scrimmage from last week. Again, it's our second opportunity to go out there and tackle live. I want to hopefully I'll see our tackling improve. Guys will be more focused on their assignments rather than just going out and trying to show how tough they are. And I hope they play with a little more poise. We got a few less alignment errors, a few less mental errors, and we tackle a little bit better. And as long as we improve from last Saturday to this next Saturday, then that's all I can ask.
Chris, have you gotten to know Jim Chaney much, and his sense of humor is kind of funny in here? What do you make of him?
First impressions, Jim's a great guy, great coach. Has been around the game in a lot of different places, had success. Really like his personality, and it's been fun to work with.
Clay, last one.
Middle linebacker, just the guys you're working there and what you want to see from them and kind of how that progress is going.
We've worked a lot of guys at Mike linebacker. I mean, this whole thing is a work in progress. It really is. We're trying to find the right pieces of the puzzle to fit together, and the depth chart changes, constantly. And at some point, we've got to get some continuity in there at the linebacker position. Who's going to be a Sam? Who's going to be a Will? Who's going to be a Mike? Carr, Atiga, Oath has been at Mike a little bit. I mean, we've had 3 or 4 guys in and out of that position. But, really what we're looking for a guy that can be really the general of the defense, a guy that has a good understanding of the schemes, a guy that can get things right when we need it, a guy that can be a leader in times when we need him to be a leader in good and bad times. And we need a physical guy right down the middle of your defense. You need to, just like your D tackles, you need some big physical guys at the Mike linebacker position. You need a big physical Mike linebacker to be able to take on blocks, to be able to take on fullbacks. And again, you got to be a great communicator. So there's a lot of things that we look for out of that position. Unfortunately, all the guys bring something different, of those characteristics, and we're trying to find, a guy that can eventually fit all those things.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Yep, thank you guys. You can tell I'm not much of a jokester like Chaney.